All right, so I'll just go ahead and start and just share a few tips so we can make sure we get mine and Felicia's stuff in. So Sarah just asked me to share like a few recruiting tips because I feel like once I started doing these things, I started recruiting more coaches and more business builders. Last month, just changing the things that I was doing, I signed up 10 coaches, and then this month I've already signed up 4, and I have one more that's supposed to sign up today. And I really just feel like it's because I switched the way I was basically doing things. So the first thing is, if you feel like you're not recruiting the number of coaches you want to recruit each month, you need to first have a number. So I have a number, and then I realized I wasn't recruiting the number of coaches that I wanted to recruit. So I had to then reevaluate what I was doing in the business in order to figure out how to recruit that number. So as you all know, we are our own bosses. So you have to be your own critic, and it's okay with me to say, okay, look, you're not doing what you need to do every single day to actually recruit those numbers. And I think that's what my issue was. So the first thing I started doing was I didn't have a vision. So I didn't know where I wanted to be or where I wanted to go. And once I created the vision, I realized that my efforts wasn't matching what my vision was. So yeah, I had this amazing vision and I want to be here in a year, but I'm not doing the things every single day that I need to do to get there. And the only difference in Sarah or the top coaches and us is that they've been doing the same things longer every single day. They don't miss any days, or if they do miss a day, then they make up for it the next day. So if you want to invite 5 people a day, but you can't do it today, then you need to invite 10 tomorrow. So you just need to make sure your efforts are matching your vision. And then I replaced my why with purpose. So once I did those things, I was able to really see where I wanted to be a year from now. So when I say replace your why with purpose, is because a lot of us have kids. So when you say your purpose for living is your kids, well, you need your purpose. What is your purpose for doing Beachbody? It's not, the word why is fine. I just feel like that word purpose just means so much more. So what is your purpose for doing Beachbody? Is it to create financial freedom for you and your family, to be able to afford this for your kids, to be able to pay off this, to be able to purchase this? What is your purpose for doing Beachbody? So once I figured out my vision, my purpose for doing Beachbody, and started doing the things every single day to match where I wanted to be, is when my business started to grow. So one thing I make sure I do every single day is share what the coaching opportunity has done for me. So I don't mean post help wanted ads or I'm looking for 5 people. I'm talking about just sprinkle coaching into your post at least one time a day. So just talk about what it's doing for you. You don't have to say Beachbody. You don't even have to say coaching. You can just say this opportunity or something like that. Last week I posted a picture of me and my youngest daughter and just talked about how now I'm able to stay home with her. But when my oldest was her age, I wasn't able to stay home with him. I was working all day long and only could see him an hour a day. I didn't say Beachbody, I don't think. I can't remember. But either way, it wasn't like me saying, do you want to join me? All I did was just sprinkle it in every single day. And one time we were out by the pool and the kids were in the pool and I snapped a picture and I had my iPad and my calendar and my notebook or something. And I got 2 messages from that, or I think I posted office views and not having to miss a moment with the kids or being present with them or something like that. And I had 2 girls message me because of that post. And more than likely, you'll have people interested in coaching from your sprinkles more than you will your call to actions. At least that's how it's been for me. So just make sure you're sharing every single day what coaching is doing for you publicly on your social media. And share your before Beachbody and then your after Beachbody. So I feel a lot of times we share how amazing Beachbody is, how amazing coaching is, and it can kind of seem like we have this great life and we always have this great life, but kind of share in that same post what you were doing before Beachbody. So where you were physically, where you were emotionally, where you were financially. So again, with that post from last week, I shared before I was a coach. I didn't say the word coach, but basically before I was a coach, I was working all day long. I only got to see my child 1 hour a day. And now because of this opportunity, I'm at home all day with my daughter. So I really feel like sharing before, just like when you share your transformations, like you share how much you weighed before and you share how much you weigh now or how you feel now. Also sharing like your mindset, just like how negative you were versus how positive you are now. I know personally for myself, I was never the type of person that would show love on anybody's post. You could buy the biggest house in America and I would just scroll right past it. Now I get excited when I see people who are making it. I see people who are buying new cars or who are going on vacation. Like, share about that. Just share how the coaching opportunity has changed your mindset, because our mindset, obviously, I mean, we all know is the most important thing in this business to keep us going every single day. So again, just sharing those things publicly on your social media. And I think that's where a lot of coaches fail, because I failed at that for a really long time. Like my first 6 months as a coach, like I could get challengers, I could hit Success Club, but I wasn't recruiting business builders. But it's because I was only sharing for challengers. So if you only are posting your workouts, your Shakeology, your transformations, you're only going to attract challengers. When you start posting about coaching and what the opportunity is doing for you, then you're going to attract people who want that too. That's why it's important to post about, I'm able to stay home with my kids. I'm able to go to the park in the middle of the day. I'm able to pay for groceries. I'm able to pay for this bill. And like Sarah said, if you don't have this large income, it's okay. Like you don't have to put a dollar amount on it. Like if you say something like, I was able to buy groceries this month or able to buy groceries this week just with my income alone, there's so many people who are struggling to buy groceries. Or say, I was able to purchase my child's diapers with my income alone. Like that's huge, because so many people struggle to purchase diapers. So it doesn't have to be these huge financial, I guess, goals or financial, making a lot of money. Just share the little things, because that's what's going to make you more relatable. So also, I started sharing my why first, especially when I send personal invites. So I used to lead with Beachbody, and I stopped doing that, and I started sharing like what the opportunity is doing for me or what it has done for me. So we have to remember that we all sell the same thing. So just leading with Beachbody just isn't going to work. Now, people can't relate to wanting to help people. Like, as bad as it sounds, and just think about yourself, they can't relate to being like, hey, you would be amazing at what I do. We set people up with programs, meal plans. We help them with their fitness goals, all that good stuff. Like, that is great, but don't lead with that. Because I used to tell people that, like when I'd be like, hey, you'd be amazing at what I do as a coach. Well, what do you do? And I was like, oh, well, we set people up with meal plans. We put them in accountability groups. We motivate them. We inspire them. Well, many people don't want to do that. Like, I didn't want to do that. That's not what I got. I didn't get started in the business because I wanted to help people. That's just something you learn as you go. So I still talk about that, but now I say, it's helped me lose 84, or I can tell you guys exactly what I say because I had to type it out. But I don't lead with Beachbody anymore. I just lead now with what is done for me first. So I just say this has been such an incredible opportunity for my family and I. Being able to share it with others really excites me. I have lost 84 pounds using Beachbody programs and product. I've had such great success with the programs that I just had to share it with everyone. So now my husband and I are both able to stay home with our kids, make an income, and as online fitness coaches, we inspire and motivate others to see progress through their fitness journeys while working on our own. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in joining? So do you see how I led with why, like what it's done for me physically, what it's done for me financially, and then what we do last? Because again, people can't relate to wanting to help people. So I lead with what we do as coaches last. Before, I never used to mention how I lost 84 pounds. I never used to mention how me and Curtis are able to stay home, how we're making an income. I never mentioned any of that. I used to just mention what we did. And many people can't relate to what we do. That's just something you'll learn as you become a coach. So once I stopped doing that, I was just really able, like it just, people got more interested and really wanted to know, okay, well, how am I able to do that too? Like, how am I able to stay home with my kids? So share your why first and stop leading with Beachbody. So you first just want to share what it's done for you physically, what it's done, you can put in there what it's done for you emotionally, how it's changed your mindset, and what it's doing for you financially. And then not secondly, but whatever number I'm on, just start building relationships. Like, I was really, really bad at this. I didn't write people's names down. I didn't do any of that. And now that I focus on actually building relationships, building connections, and then inviting, it's been a complete 180, because people know you. Like, if they can't recognize your name or who you are, then you don't need to send that invite. So now I just focus on, I write everybody's name down and I just connect with them. And then I'll wait like 3 days and I'll go back to their page and then I'll connect with them again. And I'm connecting with a lot of people, so I can't do all of them every single day. That's why I do it every 3 days. And I'm doing more so on Instagram, because I just feel like I can better target who I want to work with over there versus Facebook right now. But so yeah, I just stepped up how many people I was talking to, how many people I was building relationships with, and how many people I was connecting with, and just started sharing every single day publicly what coaching has done for me, without actually saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and I get to stay home all day with my daughter and that's it. Like, you got to bring value to your post too. It has to be something that's going to trigger some type of emotion, whether it's happy, sad, funny, like anything. Like, just when you post something, you just want to think about or say to yourself, like, how is this going to make someone else feel? Is this going to make someone else want to be a coach and stay home with their kids? Is this going to make someone else want to ask me what I'm doing? Or is this going to trigger something in someone else's mind to be like, okay, well, like, sometimes I'll just post like, oh, move my office outside for the day. People are stuck in their office in a cubicle all day long. So those little things like that, people who are stuck in their office are going to see that. So just think about that when you're posting. Just post for a purpose. Don't just post something just to put a post out there, because it'll come off that way. So you just want to make sure that you're giving value when you post your sprinkles. I call them sprinkles. I tell my coaches they need to be sprinkling at least one time a day. And that doesn't mean, I still want you to post about your fitness, your Shakeology, like, that's important. Fitness is first, but you still need to at least sprinkle coaching once a day into your post. And that's basically it. That's just everything I've done to, I guess, just step up my recruiting game.
Sherelle, you said you signed 10 coaches last month?
Yeah.
Dang. Good for you.
10, and it was just building relationships. And like, and the thing is, like, I've started building relationships with some of the coaches that signed up this month. So it's just like a ripple effect. And
I feel that.
The Compound Effect is a really good book that helps with that. Like, the things I did last month will pay off this month, you know? And
that's how the people, I have 11 coaches now, but like, they're all from people I've been connecting with from like months ago.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why consistency is just so important. Like, doing it every single day and showing up every single day. Because if you fall off or you choose one day not to show up and that person is ready, then they're going to go to the coach that did show up that day.
Yeah. And I'm definitely, like, I decided last month I would stop being so scared of inviting. And, like, I've invited so many people the last week, getting less and less scared about it. So
that's how I am now, too. Like, I was telling Curtis earlier, like, I just have this urge to just send invites, and I know I don't need to because I'm still connected with them. But once you just do a few, like, I used to, like, do trainings and top coaches would be like, oh, recruiting's my favorite part. I just love recruiting. And I was just like, wow, like, I hate recruiting.
Yeah.
But once you just do it and get comfortable and just kind of know, like, what you want to say, it just gets easier and easier.
Yeah, I need to get something saved in my phone like what you had, but I invited like 2 or 3 people today and like 6 people yesterday, which is like ridiculous for me. So I was like, I'm getting better at this.
Sherelle, will you post what your message says somewhere?
Yeah, that would be great.
I could reread that, because that was really awesome, and that sets apart all of the other messages that everyone else gets that lead right into, like, this is what I do. You'd be great at it.
Yeah, I'll post it in the Star chat, and that's actually the second post I do. Like, I have an invite post, and then once they say, yeah, I'm interested in learning more, then I send that one.
Got it. Okay.
And I can share, like, the first invite post, too. I just got that one from, like, one of those training groups. I just tweaked it a little bit, but
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I was just like talking and my line was muted.
So I was like, why does nobody listen to me?
But thank you, Sherelle. Those are really good tips. So another question is, how long do you actually connect with people before you talk to them about coaching, or how do you go about doing that?
I just think it depends on the person. I feel like just like Lauren said, I feel like I've waited too long. Like I just had a girl last month too sign up with somebody else, and she posted a picture on Instagram, and she was like, "Thank you so much," tagged me and was like, "You're my motivator. You inspired me to do this journey." But it's just that someone else asked her before I did. And the crazy thing is, I had her on my list to invite this month.
Yeah.
But like I scrolled back all the way back. Like I've been liking her pictures, commenting on her posts since like April. So and that's what made me decide to switch things up too, because I wasn't paying attention to people. Like I was just thinking people were going to come to me, and I wasn't writing their names down. So now if someone sticks out, like I'm writing your name down and I'm going to focus on connecting with you. And more than likely, I'll send you an invite in like a week or two.
Yeah. That's one of the changes I need to make.
I think that 2 weeks is a good time to focus on a group of, some people that you're focused on. I think 2 weeks is a perfect time frame. And when you show interest in them, like,
yeah, you're going in and out.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, 2 weeks is a good time frame though. I feel like to really build a connection with someone, you find them on Instagram or wherever, like start the first week just by liking their pictures and commenting on stuff. And if you find something that you could connect with them about, in that first week, that you could private message them and talk about something maybe you're interested in, or you have a question about, or you see that you all can relate to each other somehow, go ahead and start the private messaging so that you can go ahead and already, because see, the thing is when you haven't made that private message with them, that's when they'll go with someone else. You'll inspire them if you're doing everything the right way, if you're sharing your story and you're being intentional for your business. You're going to inspire them, and someone else is going to message them. Someone else, because that private message, you guys, even I'm not saying private message and invite them. I'm saying private message just to talk to them, just to get to know them better.
That's what I do every morning.
Even if it's like, if Sherelle had done that with that person, then they wouldn't have went to someone else. They would have already been connected and feeling a trust with her, and they would have signed up with her. Yeah. And so that's why just talking to people and getting those private messages are so much more personable. And I know, and it's like, don't message people, because I'll even do it sometimes now. I'll be like, this girl looks really good, and I want to message her and go ahead and talk about it. I mean, I'll still make mistakes. And then I'm like, oh, what are we going to talk about now? Because she's on a total different, I'm like, my initial thought, so I do this a lot with people that don't have kids. I'll be like, they would make such a good coach, and they're an Army wife, so there's something we can connect on. But then I'll get in a private message with them, and I'm like, gosh, your life, I have nothing to talk about with you. So I'm like, sometimes it works out where you can go ahead and send them a message and just let them know about coaching and stuff. I think maybe presenting it as a question first is like better, not like, I don't think that saying, I think you would make a great coach, blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's nice to say for some people, but some people are just going to be like, no, I don't think so. Like I don't know.
That's a good question, because if you don't, like I've made that mistake before too. Like just send a message like, oh my God, you'd be so amazing at what I do. And all they say is, oh, thank you. What do you say then? So
you have to, when you talk to people, you have to always have something for them to bring back. You have to keep the conversation going. Because if you don't,
This morning, I had this girl that she was one of the nurses when I had Jude, and she got pregnant like at the end of mine, but I've been talking to her for months about joining my group, and she keeps messaging me and saying, okay, talk to me about this program. And then she never joins, but she told me no for September, didn't want it. And then she messaged me today and just out of the blue was like, I have to tell you, I just still love all your posts, and you're so inspiring. I just love you. And I'm like, Okay. So I just messaged her and I was just like, thank you. You know, that means a lot. And I was like, you know, I know we've talked a lot about you joining my group, but have you ever just considered like doing what I do and being a coach? You know, I was like, my whole life has changed since I've done it. And that's where, you know, my positivity comes from and my mindset's changed. I was like, you know, if you're finding so much inspiration in what I'm saying, like that's what we do as coaches. Like, you know, would you be interested in? And she was just like, I don't think I would be very good at it. And then she was like, and one of my college friends has been asking me for 5 years, and I'd probably have to sign with her. And I was just like, you know, I was like, we don't sell anything, because she was worried about selling. I was like, that's not what we do. We share and we inspire, just like what you're telling me you're getting from my post. I was like, that's what we do. I said, and you have to sign with the coach you resonate with. I said, so if that's your old college friend that you haven't seen in 20 years, I said, that's great. I'd be so happy for you. I said, but, you know, I'd, you know, love to show you more about it. And I said, you know, you're a great mom and you're super sweet. And I think it, you know, could change your life like it's changed mine. And I think she got kind of the point of, okay, I don't have to sign with my college friend just because they talked to me first. Like, she never talks to this person but feels this obligation for it. But I'm hoping, because her and I've had such a deep connection, and that's what goes back to what you were saying, like her college friend and her probably have nothing in common, but I'm a mom with little kids and she resonates. So I think the more you connect with people, it's important, because I just lost this girl that her and I have so much in common, but I stopped following up with her. When she said she wasn't interested now, I waited a month and I just started talking to her again, and she's like, I just signed up with this other girl, but I love your post. And I was like, so yeah.
Okay, so Felicia, we're gonna go ahead and let Felicia show us. There's this new what is it, a website? I'm gonna go ahead and just let you talk about it, Felicia. Okay. Hey Sherelle, will you mute everybody's line?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Felicia. And then Felicia, you'll just need to unmute yourself after she does. You're muted, Sherelle.
I think everybody else except you is muted anyway. All right. So I've been using this well, it's not really new, but this website called TeamZY, and I think Lauren's been using it as well. It is amazing, guys. It totally, like, a lot of people like to use like the trackers to keep track of who they're connecting to and everything. This replaces that. So you don't have to use the written out trackers, because I'm horrible at those and I never follow up and keep up with them. So let me share my screen just so I can show you guys it real quick. Okay. Let's see if I got this right. Can you see it? Okay, so this is like when you go to sign up, this is what you'll see when you go to the website, and you can do the free 30-day trial, so you can just try it out to see if you actually like it. When you go to the start trial and everything, it's going to, I don't know if it's going to sign me into mine. So I'll just go over here. But this is what it looks like after you've got it all set up. And when you go and you set it up, it's going to ask you to like put in your income goal, like where you want to be in 12 months. So you can put in like however much you want to be making at that point. And I really recommend you going high, like shoot for the stars with this. And then what it's going to do, it's going to take that and it's going to reverse engineer it to tell you how many people you're going to need to connect with, how many people you're going to need to be talking to every day in order to reach that goal. So it really takes all the guesswork out of it for you. And then you're going to go in and it's going to ask you to answer all these questions. And then at the bottom, it's going to help tell you to write your why. So the questions are going to be asking you like about what you like about coaching, what you want to get out of coaching, why you signed up as a coach. And then it's going to, at the very bottom, it's going to ask you for you to take all of that information and put it together and make that into your why. And as you can see over here in the corner, your why is going to show up on your dashboard. So you're going to be able to see it every day. So if you ever like feel like you need that extra motivation, it's right there for you to see. It's also going to have like little videos after that to go, and so you can upload your contacts. You can upload your Facebook friends and you can upload your customers and coaches from the Coach Online office. It shows you how to do that in the videos. It's super easy, and it takes all the guesswork out of it, so you can do it really quick. And then they're gonna all come over here into your, hold on, let me hit this so you guys can see it. They're gonna be over here. And when you're doing that, it's gonna have you go so you can actually, why isn't it not working? It's gonna have it so you can actually rate them. So you're gonna be able to rate them, here we go. You can rate them like 1 to 5. And that's so that it's gonna show how often they show up in your feed. And like you can go through, and I really suggest you just take 30 minutes or however long it's gonna take you, sit down with your Shaco or a glass of wine or something, whatever you need, and sit down and go through it so that these people, they're gonna show up at different times. Like there's the different ranks, like for like, if they're 5 stars, they're gonna be your people that you want to see the most, people that you know are gonna be great at this business or great at coaching. So they're gonna show up every 30 days. And if they're a 4, they're gonna show up every 60 days. A 3, they're all ranked at 3 when you first put them in. So they'll show up every 90 days. 2 stars will show up every 120 days. And then the 1 stars, they're never gonna show up. They're like frozen. So those are for the people that you know are just never gonna be interested in this business, but for some reason you're still friends with them on Facebook. But so once you do that, you're gonna go and they're gonna be all right here. And so it's gonna tell you up here on the top how many people you need to connect with a day. And when I'm saying connect, I'm not saying inviting. There's a difference. You're not going and cold inviting all of these people. You're sending them a message like, hey, how are you doing? How's everything going? I haven't talked to you in forever. You know, I'm just wondering how life's going. You know, just start a conversation. You know, and then you're going to do that with customers as well, because you don't want to let your customers just fall off. You want to stay connected with them and be like some of them, they might need a new program, or you might want to check in with them and see how they're doing in the challenge group. But you can rank them as well, just like you would your prospects, so that you check in with them and stay connected with them, because you want them to see results and see progress, and they need to have that connection with you. And then the same thing goes with coaches. That's your personally sponsored coaches, or even just like coaches on the team that you want to connect with and stay accountable with. And it also tracks like your invites, and I can't see my whole screen. There we go. It does your invites, and over here it does your follow-ups and how many people you add. So I'm just going to show you really quick. Like, this is Danielle. We'll click on hers, and then you go over here and it'll say connect. So you just click that, and then you can just type in what you said to her. Whatever, I'm not even writing right. But anyway, and then you come down here and you select the type and you say Facebook message. It wasn't an invite, but if it was, you could click this and select what type, whether it was to a free group, a challenge group, or a business opportunity, whatever it is. But if you're not inviting, just don't click that box. And then you can log the connect. If you want to schedule a follow-up, come over here and hit the follow-up, and then you can have it for tomorrow, in 2 days. If you're doing an invite, I highly suggest you do this, and you let them know that you're going to be following up with them. So that way you never gets that icky feeling of like you're nagging them or anything. It's always, you know, you say, hey, I'm following up with you like I promised I would. And then you can also go up here, and when you're adding new people to your network, you just hit add, and you can type in their name and their last name, and then you can just add them, and then they show up under your prospects or whatever. And if like, say like somebody was a coach already, you can go here. Let me do Sarah's. You could search them up here. My computer's messing up. There we go. You can search for people if you're talking to people that aren't showing up right away. And then like, I don't even have her added as a coach. Whoops. Yes, I do. See, she's a coach, fellow team coach. You can do your personally sponsored coaches or a downline coach. And that way you can just keep track of who you're talking to and everything. And the cool thing is they've also made it so that it gives you a percentage. So like today I'm already 75% complete. Yay. And then I don't know, that just really motivates me. I guess I was really excited in school about, getting great grades. So getting that 100% really is awesome. Obviously I didn't do very well on Sunday, but I made up for it. So, but that's like really how it works. And then like there's the dailies. You can click your dailies and log what your dailies. I've already had my shake today. So like you can click that when you do that. I don't know. So it's really just great. And like I said, don't forget to add the follow-ups, because that's where you're going to see you want them to come up. And let me actually show you how that works. If you go, oh my gosh, I can't see. I just made Sarah's face really big on my screen. If you go to the follow-ups over here, it'll tell you like who you're supposed to be following up with. Like I've already done mine for today, but these are the people I'm supposed to be following up with tomorrow. So those will show up in red tomorrow when I'm supposed to be following up with them. And then, so it keeps track of who you're supposed to be talking to and when. And so like my 5s are showing up, and those are the people that I want to talk to the most, but it will put people in as you're supposed to be talking to them. And you can skip people, but honestly, that's kind of like the chicken way to do it. You shouldn't be skipping anybody. If they're on your list, you should be talking to them. It's not like you're trying to cold invite them or anything. You are literally just trying to share that. What am I doing? I'm trying to get you guys back. I lost you. You're just trying to, how do I turn it off? Somebody help me.
Trying to change your screen sharing?
Yeah, I'm trying to go back to me.
Go to, you can just turn on
I see it. Sorry.
Okay, so a couple of questions, Felicia. Okay, so first off, do you customize it yourself? And second, is it connected to your Facebook or your social media? And third, how much is it after your 30-day trial?
Okay, so it is, you can customize it. Like I said, when you put your income goal in, it's going to go ahead and make it for you. Like, this is how many prospects you need to be connecting with a day. This is how many customers. This is how many coaches. You can go and change those numbers if you want to. You could make them more, you could make them less. But if that was your income goal, that's what it's suggesting you do. But if you have a smaller team, you're not
on all the daily stuff and stuff, you do that, right? Like what I need to do, Shakeology, those things.
They have like the workout, the Shakeology, and all the social media. You can just click those, and there's just a check whether you got them done or not, and then it tracks.
Is it already on there though, or did you press it? Oh, okay. So it's already on there. What is it, like for coaches?
Yeah, it's made by a coach.
Oh, okay.
It is completely designed and made by a coach. Yeah.
That's amazing. And so how much is it after the 30 days?
I think it's 30.
I think it's $30 a month.
Wow. That coach is making like a killing off of that.
And like he said, though, he made it $30 because he was like, that's a Shakeology commission. So he made sure he made it to where it was affordable, and you only need to, if you want to use it, he said like, okay, you only need to sell one thing to be able to use it,
That's really good.
That's really good. I need to
I think that is such a good, for people that just need something visually, Google Docs. And I'm like, even using that, I would just be like so confused and not get everything done that I needed to do that day. But this website, I just feel like it has everything. It's like,
the only thing is it doesn't connect to Facebook. It doesn't connect to Facebook for you. You have to copy and paste it, because Facebook has all these weird rules and it won't let another website do it for you. But
it also has it to where you can import your customers. You can import all your coaches from TeamBeachbody.com into there. So it'll do it for you.
Yeah, but then you gotta add
show you how to do it.
Yeah.
You gotta keep adding and updating though.
How long did it take to get it set up?
5 minutes.
No, it took me 20 minutes, but it took me longer to wait for Facebook to send me my list, to email me my list, than it did to set everything up.
Yeah.
What email did it send you though?
What do you mean?
What list did it send you?
All my Facebook friends. I had to wait for Facebook to send me my Facebook.
Oh man, mine would be like 5,000 people.
So you
Mine
can
was
copy and
a
paste
button,
them.
which took like 10 minutes.
I just did the customer. So like it just imported all my customers and then all my coaches, and then you can just go from there. I didn't do my Facebook friend.
I did. It didn't really, I took it like, I think it was like a couple, like 2 hours for Facebook to send me my stuff. But once it did, it literally went right in. All I had to do was upload it into there, and it took like literally 2 minutes. And then I just went through and was like, okay, this person I've talked to, I know they're interested, they're a 5. This person I haven't really talked to, so I'm gonna leave them at a 3. This person, they said that they're not interested, they want nothing to do with me, they're a 2. You know? And it literally took me like a half hour to go through. I have over 1,000 friends. It only took me like a half hour to just go through real quick. And you know, it's just like a gut feeling, you know, is this person gonna be good at this or not, you know?
So when you sign up, Facebook automatically sends you a list of your friends? Or do you have to like request?
You have to request it from Facebook. There is, when you go to sign up, there's a video that actually tells you exactly how to do it. I just didn't want to take the time to actually sit there and show you guys how to do it, but it shows you how to do it. It walks you through it, and it tells you everything that you need to do to get it.
Yeah. The guy who created it too, like the Beachbody coach, he has a ton of YouTube videos too, like walking you through it, like with his team, showing his team how to use it. So he, I mean, it's super simple to use to get started.
Yeah, he'll do team calls as well, but you have to have at least 25 people. So
It does team calls on it?
no, it doesn't. He'll do a team call with your team to talk to you about it. But I think you have to have like 25 coaches at least in order to do it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really good.
But I think you can watch some of the old ones on YouTube.
I think that is like life-changing for this business and making things more organized. Like,
I
so
just love it because it's for coaches. Like it's
yeah,
meant for coaches.
because like there are other things out there like that, but you would have to customize every little thing to
Yeah.
take. That's what I didn't know about it, was if it was actually made for coaches or if it was
Like when you send an invite, like it asks you, did you send it for a paid challenge group, free challenge group, or the business community?
That's so good. That's so good. Okay, you guys, so we are about to wrap up. Thank you guys for all getting on today, and we hope that you guys learned some good stuff. And if anybody has any questions, I don't think we have time to do it right now because this is about to go off, but if you have any questions or anything, you can ask in the team page. And I hope you guys make it an awesome day and go help some people.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.